Okay, team. Rise, trade, train. Rise, trade, train. Rise, trade, train. Get them. Alright, team. Just finished a push session on a Sunday. You can look out for the short. Putting out some different content. And going harder. Showing you guys exactly what it is. This rise, trade, train thing, it's not a joke. It's not a sales gimmick, it's a lifestyle for real, for show. And the YouTube short, just showing you, man, when you wake up, whether you're in drawdown, whether you're in profit, you're still doing your thing, you're still getting up, you're still pushing. Just like how we trade mechanically, we trade mechanically too. Smell me? There ain't no difference to it. That's why the similarities rub off each other and help you be a better trader. As well as a better athlete. Like moi. So, obviously we're talking about athlete and athleticism. Most athletes I know are not paid professionally. Most of them drop out or get dropped. But regardless, we are still athletic. We still have high testosterone. We still have a purpose. So we fight for that purpose, don't we? If we fight for the purpose, then we must stay strong, remain strong, sharpen a knife. Smell me? What people in London are saying these days are you with me? Which I think just gets on my nerves, to be fair. Reason being is because when you say that, you're speaking from a position of leadership, and so most of the time the context is wrong or the person isn't a leader. Well, yeah, so it's just out of context. Double. Squared. So, yeah, rise, trade, train. I mean, today's Sunday. You could choose to bring the microphone. What I'm gonna do is bring this microphone closer to me. See if that's better. I'm all testing the new angles and new setups and all these things. You smell me? So, a lot of people, alright, let me speak about myself. Myself, when I'm off the chart and I'm in drawdown, I think about the charts. When I'm off the chart but I'm in profit, I don't really think about the charts as much. Maybe if I haven't made as much profit as I needed to pay for whatever. So, what am I getting at? When you're off the chart, well, when I'm off the chart, I tend to think about the chart if I'm in that desperate mindset. And I'll speak about that desperate mindset with trading, or for traders, when you are relying on trading for an income. Now, usually I'm not in that situation. However, if you've been watching, then you will know that I put a couple of quid in my hobby. and Wills FX. Yeah, Wills FX. Big up yourself. I was listening to one of his videos. I think it was yesterday. Go listen to it or go watch it. He was speaking about, well, he mentioned, don't bring up a hobby, or sorry, don't start a job to fund trading because most jobs fail. Cool. And to touch on that, because obviously I do this in a real life, I can relate and give you a real life scenario. So January starts, boom. Off the chart, I decide to start a hobby. So I started a business first because it was a logistics business. Started at my cousin, but then my cousin just turned to a lazy fucker and didn't do anything at all. So then, of course, it was just me, myself. So now here I am, boom, I'm a trader, and now I've got a logistics business, calm. But, you know me, I push through, and I get the job done. So, I'm all learning how to put, what's it called? Just threw it away. No, I didn't. Look, here it is. Look at this. So I had this, yeah, this stand here, doing OT trips in the van. Blue tack and all. Bought this in the petrol station. I was like having a mad day in my flipping, ran out of data on my phone I was working from. Then, that was a mad day still. Because he said he was going to come and help me. Didn't come and help me. So I was just there on my Jack Jones, dealing with my daughter as well at the same time. It was a mad thing. Snakes and fakes. Yeah, they're about. But yeah, so getting involved in all that, doing all of that, life, I guess. I guess as humans, or myself as a human, I am sentimental. I can't start something and stop. So yeah, boom. I've moved forward now, and then I've got detailing, or should I say valeting. So I started the valeting. Joke man, cuzzy. Anyway, forget the dirty laundry. So I don't even mind spitting it, to be fair, but I just don't want to give it in this video. It's a waste of time. Do you know what I mean? I'll stay on track. I'm getting better with this. You know what I mean? Soon you'll get none of these fillers even. Yeah. When the snaky stuff are fresh, it's just long in it. It's emotional leakage. Yeah. So we go to the valeting. Boom. After a couple of cars, now a company. Well, yeah. Now it's a company that is part of a group in the UK called Wash Doctors. So that's done really well. But if you understand that, that's a job now. It's not a hobby. It could pull me off the chart. It has done many times. Do you know what I mean? Because I can't say no to things. If I know that I've got a business that has an opportunity to move forward, I would not take that opportunity. Oh, but Dylan, it'd be hard. Ooh, hard. Come on. Yeah, so boom, yeah. So I've sorted that, boom, business operating. And the reason why it's very good to link with what Wills FX is saying is because detailing is a seasonal job. So you will have more work during these summer times and less work during the winter. And I mean, the way to counterbalance that is, fortunately, and what I've done is I've got affluent clients who have a couple of cars, who need cars valeted periodically. So that's like the overheads clients. And then you've got the clients that will be seasonal during the summer, because they are more car enthusiasts. So car enthusiasts will pay your bills during the summer because it's for show. But then in the winter, your more elderly clients with a couple of cars, underground garages and stuff like that, they'll be able to give you your bread and butter during the cold times. So I probably should start a whole YouTube video and actually explain all these things in detail over on that side. Maybe. But yeah, so when it comes to even understanding that and overstanding that, you got to put a lot of legwork in. My brain, like my operating system, is different to a lot of people's. So I am aware that people can't do that. People think that if they have one job, they are successful. I don't operate that way. I don't think that way. Yeah, that's why I don't operate that way. So that's why I say that. Yeah. So if you do try to get a job, or start a hobby or whatever to fund trading, that's what you need to be mindful of. That's why when Wheels Effect was talking about get a job, that's why I also preach it too. Get a job, because you need consistency, and you're trying to make the mathematical formula or equation as simple as possible. So if you're gonna make money for trading, you want to make sure that the money that you're putting into trading isn't X. And when you are starting a job to fund trading, that is what you're doing, it's X. You don't know what that number is. On the flip side, if you were to go to Sainsbury, and even it be a part-time job, Sainsbury is a supermarket in the UK, staples, part of culture. If you get a part-time job, you get £800 a month, then you know that, boom, instead of X is 6 to 8. So then from 6 to 8 you can work with flipping. With 6 to 8 you're going to be looking at, okay, I'm only going to be able to afford 100k account, or two, depending if you get for 450, then you're going to be thinking to yourself, alright, cool, is my strategy good enough for only 200k's? You make that decision depending on what your playbook's like. If not, boom, you're gonna have to go down a peg. So you might want to look at 50k's. Do you know what I mean? What the price of 50k's? How many times, or how many props do you want to buy, or do you usually need to buy before you pass? Smell me? And then you can start working with that. Do you know what I mean? I'm giving you structure. I'm giving you a formula. These are the lines we're going down. So yeah, I'm waking up, looking at that video, and I'm saying big up Wheels Effects every time, because I've been watching him for years. Do you know what I mean? Before I even took YouTube seriously and decided to even give the content myself, he's been the keys. I've watched him obviously start his channel, and he's been the keys that's been consistent. When I say in many ways, but the main one is staying true. Do you know what I mean? You got the I'm gonna shout out names. We've got the Cubankses, we've got the Lamborghini, we got even the Bernard ... guy, yeah. Well, I can't put him in the Cubankses categories and the roles, but them man had the Scanny, then the Lidge, then the Wayward, yeah. And continue. Cool. The Bernard Donny said he would never ever do any of the things to sell. He would just remain more corporate than anything. But now you see him outside doing his thing. Will's Effects is still there, still, you know, boom, doing the thing. And yeah, I rate it because at the end of the day, most traders come from, and this is going to sound crazy, either having bank of mum and dad, or having a more softer start to the game. And it's not even to put people down or anything like that, but it's just because if you come from a certain background, your trading journey will be different. Do you know what I mean? And most people's trading journey has nothing to do with what I talk about, like starting from nothing, moving products, and then going down a route, losing everything and starting again. Do you know what I mean? I'm not as old as Bernard, but I'm old when it comes to the traders in the game. Then I'm looking at traders talking and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? I'm in my 30s. So, yeah, man, coming from a different background, like I've been an illegal immigrant in the country before, stuck. Me and my accent. Beat. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. The realness, yeah. You're a trader, you go through ups and downs because that's what trading is. And me, I don't have a support network, so all my money is mine. So if I lose all my money trading, or if I go through that something, which if you're a real trader and you do this thing, you know you go through your ups and downs. I am on my back by myself. Why? Do you know what I mean? But I gotta pick myself up and do it all by myself. When I came back from Colombia, I had to start again by myself, asking people. People don't want to invest because people had trading trauma. Cool. So now I've got to figure out how to make money by myself, and I only had enough to pay my bills. Do you know what I mean? And that was it. People saw me walking around. It was long. It was tough. When you got a reputation of a trader, you can't ask for help because you're already up. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there because I don't want to do the emotional leakage. I told you. But big up Will's Effects again because he said something that was real. Yeah. Apart from like that, I don't have a problem with scripts. I'm sure you can tell I don't use scripts. But of everything that he touched on that particular video, because he chats pure serious stuff. Yeah, you go follow him. He's the man. Yeah, what I'm saying. So, for example, when you're getting a mentor, like what he talks about, or if you're watching people on YouTube, if they are profitable, the question then is, like what Will's Effects is saying, is does the playbook match your lifestyle? But then from a learning perspective is, was the person's journey similar to yours? Because that person will be able to use vocab or relational experiences that you can relate to. I'm gonna leave it there. I've been chatting. Yeah, I've got a couple of chats to do later today. A couple of good people to see. Students, thank you so much for your time.